Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Narc-Free Formula. My name's Freedom. Thank you for joining me. Today's episode is about the 12 signs to look out for to know if you are with a covert narcissist. The coverts are a little bit trickier sometimes to determine if you're with a narcissist or not. So here are the top 12 signs that you may be with a covert narcissist. So number one, you can be with a covert narcissist for years and not know about it. So their behavior is subtle. Once you realize what you're dealing with and you look back in hindsight, that's a different story altogether. But when you're in the situation, it is subtle. So not like the overt narcissist, not like the extreme and, in your face version. Subtle. All right, so number two, they have a quiet smugness about them. So they think that they're superior to other people, and it comes across in their behavior. Number three, very self-absorbed. Overt, covert, all the narcissists, very self-absorbed. The only time they'll do anything for anyone is if it serves them in the long run. Number four, covert narcissists are really passive-aggressive. So they are the type, for example, to spend, a whole day stomping around, slamming things, giving off aggro vibes, acting angry. But when you say, baby, what is going on? They say nothing. You wouldn't want to know. You don't care. Those kind of things. So it's your fault that you didn't pick up on their passive-aggressive signals. Number five, with the coverts, people will often say, oh, he seems like such a nice guy, when you try and explain what is going on. Because their mask that they show the world is the nice guy mask. It's a great mask. They have it perfected. It's absolutely perfected for the general public. Which brings me to number six. So occasionally their mask will slip, and then people around will go, whoa, what was that? Like, that was intense, right? So, as I said, that's just because they're nice bloke, nice guy, whatever. Mask slipped. And people saw a glimpse of what you see on a daily or weekly basis. Okay, number seven, birthdays, holidays, any day that's not about them will be made about them in some way. Even if, for example, they've gone out to get you a surprise for your birthday and you spend half of your birthday waiting for them to come back with the surprise. And then, because they've ruined your birthday, you're a little bit pissed off. Then they get shitty at you for not being grateful that they went out of their way to buy you such an awesome gift. None of it is about anything other than making it about them. It always has to be about them. And if it's not about them, they sulk. All right, number eight, the silent rages. So, as I said, they could literally spend a week, maybe longer. I've heard of people spending years getting the silent treatment, being ignored, their partner acting as though they do not even exist. So they're walking on eggshells every single day because they don't know what's going to trigger him. That's the problem with the coverts, is it's very stressful for their partners, because at least with the overt narcissists, at least you kind of know, I suppose, what's going to trigger them. With the coverts, you've got no clue because they don't tell you, All right, number 9. So coverts are really good at playing the victim. So they love taking on the victim status. This is like their good guy mask. It is easy to get fuel from people when they feel sorry for you. It's easy to get close to people, to do damage to people when they think that you're a victim. You know, victims aren't dangerous. You know, people who've been victimized, they're not dangerous. You know, we want to look after and protect people who've been victimized, which is exactly why the covert narcissists pretend to be victims, because it makes us feel protective of them, and it also gives them an excuse for a whole lot of their bullshit behavior, because they can say, oh, but it's because of what my ex-wife did, or because of what my blah, blah, blah did. You know, essentially, it allows them to not take any responsibility or accountability for the shape that their life is in. You know, they still want to blame someone else for their everyday reality. They don't take responsibility. So, and in turn with that, with number 9, with the playing of the victim, so they'll often be running around telling people that they are the victim of you, and they'll tell people that what they did to you, they're out there telling people that that's what you did to them. So they'll say that you cheated, that you lied, that you tried to rip them off, that you, that you essentially did what they did. And they get duper's delight from that, because they love sitting there and listening to people talking badly about you, saying how, what a bitch you are, blah, blah, blah. And they sit there knowing full well that it was them that did it. And they love it. They love the I am you, you are me role reversal thing. It's great fun for them. They get so much sympathy, they get so much fuel, and they get that duper's delight because they've managed to con someone. Some stupid person is sitting there believing their lies, and they love that. All right, number 10, emotionally neglect their partners. So the covert narcissists are the ones who are cold. They don't care about their partners. I mean, none of the narcissists care at all about their partners, but the coverts, they use emotional neglect as a way to damage their partner. So if they know, for example, that you're feeling insecure or paranoid, they'll play on that. They will play on that kind of stuff every single opportunity they've got. So, for example, if they take a call from the ex-wife, now instead of just saying what actually went down, they will twist and manipulate it so that you think that something's going on behind your back with the ex-wife, or that she's trying to take him back. There's always some agenda with the narcissists. All of them. There's always an agenda. But with the coverts, they're very emotionally damaging and psychologically damaging to their partners. So they might not necessarily leave physical bruises, but they leave damage. There's no doubt about that. All right, number 11. Covert narcissists have, as all narcissists do, an inflated sense of self-entitlement. So they think that they should be able to do what they want when they want with who, that they should be able to get everything they want. So if they want it, they should be able to have it. If they ask for it, you should give it. And their partners spend years jumping through hoops trying to please the covert narcissist, trying to give them what they want because they act as though they should get it. And who are you to not give them what they want? I mean, you're supposed to be their partner, aren't you? You're supposed to be their wife. You're supposed to jump through hoops for them. Well, that's what they think, at least. All right, number 12. Covert narcissists will give fake apologies to get what they want. In fact, I'll go a step further. They will do and say anything to get what they want. Okay? The end always justifies the means with the coverts. They don't care if they say one thing to one person and then the complete opposite to another. They don't care if they completely contradict themselves from one phone call to the next. Trying to deal with a covert narcissist or a narcissist as an ex-partner is a freaking nightmare because of this. Because there's never any integrity. You never know where they stand on anything. They will say one thing one day, they'll change it up the next day, depending on who's watching them, who's in earshot, who's listening to what they've got to say. You You can always tell when the new supply's around. That's one thing I can say. You can always tell when the new supply's around because the tone is completely different. The things they say is completely different. So essentially, they will do and say whatever it takes to anyone to get what they want. Highly manipulative. I think the coverts are worse. If I'm honest, I think the coverts are worse. At least with the overt narcissists, you know, the grandiose ones, you can kind of see what's going on with them. With the coverts, it's a really, really complicated and mysterious, I suppose, situation. Toxic as all get out, though, you know, absolutely toxic. Anyhow, darlings, thank you for watching Nut Free Formula. Two things. One, if you like my video, please remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. And two, if you want a one-on-one, the link is in the description box. And also the link to my Nut Free Challenge is in the description box also, which is awesome, so don't miss out. All right, lovelies, thanks for watching. Bye.